I'm telling you my default position is I believe the universe has a cause.
And I don't believe that the universe
I don't care what you
has a
believe,
cause.
mate. So if I say to you, did the universe have a cause? Your answer should be don't know, not no. Because you don't know.
Sure, okay, I don't know. I'm willing to say that
You don't know. Right.
The more that I learn about Islam, the more that I believe that it is in the spectrum of religions, that it is one of the better religions in terms of what it brings to the world.
Alhamdulillah.
Pardon me?
Praise be to God. And the only thing that will stop you accepting Islam is your ego. Because you don't want to be told what to do. I was going to make a very, very good point and you threw me.
So that's where the
No. I had the flipping point, man. So you're saying that... All right, yeah. See, I believe the Quran. I believe the author of the Quran...
Read it.
I intend to.
Inshallah, we'll give him a Quran. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Inshallah.
Make sure you read it.
Right.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Right. See, I believe the author of the Quran isn't a man. I believe the author of the Quran is the creator of everything. I believe that this creator in the Quran showed man his past, gave man guidance for his present, and warned him of his future.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Right.
I believe the Quran is the word of Allah because I believe Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam received the message from Allah. So if once I've accepted that principle, and when I read the Quran, I can see it's not from Muhammad. Words it contains are not from the claim you make on Muhammad is this: he's crazy, he's deceived, or he's a liar. It's got to be one of the three. Yeah, you could say deceived by the devil. Well, you're not going to say that. You're an atheist. You don't believe in the devil. Yeah. So you're left with crazy or a liar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the teachings of Islam, you look at the guidance from Muhammad, a crazy person didn't do this. This is the first principle. This is why I don't believe he was crazy. A second reason I don't believe he was crazy, because his enemies said, we know he's not crazy. We know he's not a liar. So his enemies are saying that we know he's not a liar. They claimed it was sorcery. So there was something profound about this book. Then when you look at the man Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and this is a man who was illiterate, couldn't read or write, he's not going to write a book over 23 years. If you read the Quran, if this is what he would have had to have done, he would have had to have digested the New Testament, the Old Testament, the Talmud, the Apocrypha, all of these things, and then he would have to rehash them in his brain, and then he would have to relay them over 23 years, changing everything. This is what you're asking of this man, who left Mecca twice, I think. Yeah? Prior to revelation. So you need to ask, where did this revelation come from? So all you can say as an atheist is either he's a liar or he had some helpers doing this. Do you understand?
Right. But okay, so for me as an atheist, so no offense.
No, as you like, mate.
As you like, mate. You know, there are plenty of so-called prophets that you would even call liars or crazy, right? Joseph Smith, for instance. What do you think of Joseph Smith?
Okay. Here's what you got to understand about me.
For me,
all right.
Another to go from a.
Do you know Joseph Smith?
Yes.
Have you heard the story of Joseph Smith?
Yes.
So do you question why I might reject Joseph Smith?
Because the life he lived was very different from, I guess, the life.
Not necessarily that. This is a man who found some gold tablets in a language only he could understand.
Right.
So
I'm using hyperbole.
No, I'm giving you an example though. I'm giving you an example though.
I know, but
I reject Joseph Smith because Muhammad's the last prophet. That's why I reject Joseph Smith.
Right, but again, so what you said are the reasons that compel you to believe in Islam, right? It's sort of the evidence or the not necessarily proof.
Okay.
The reasons that you believe in Islam versus the evidence provided by the scientific community.
No, you're conflating two things here. Okay, before Islam comes God.
Okay.
The creator.
Right.
First thing is it's the claims of the scientists against whether God exists or not. Religion is something else. Religion is man's connection to that God.
In your view, yes.
No, it is, isn't it?
Right, but again, we're talking about.
I don't believe in Islam before I believe in God, do I?
So So the reason that we got into this here is because you were talking about the nature of belief, right? You were saying trying to make the point that science is a belief.
I established a principle that beliefs can be true without proof, and I established a principle that even science is based on belief, because you haven't got the proof. You got you looked at the data, you've come up with these kind of ideas. There's no proof behind it.
Right, but that's the only way that humans can understand.
Right, but that's belief, though.
We take in certain data in the world.
No, but the only reason I started this whole conversation about belief is because you spoke so derogatory about the word belief. That's why I had to bring it to the table and show you that it's not as what you think it is. You think belief just talks about fairies at the bottom of the garden.
I conceded.
But it applies.
To you that belief is. Why do
you keep saying to me? Because you've already conceded the same principle about belief.
No, but I also made the point that the difference being when you look at scientific consensus and scientific evidence that.
These are yours. You're done now. You're 10 minutes over, yeah? 10 minutes over. Allahu Akbar. That's SC Dawah. All right, go on.
The difference being that there's. You apply Occam's razor in terms of the amount of evidence, and you look at the two different theories or models, right? As you say, and what is more likely.
No. I'll tell you. You know how I believe in a creator, isn't it? It's nothing to do with religion. It's very simple. I believe something causes this universe because I believe everything that begins to exist requires a cause. That's what I believe, and I believe if the universe had a beginning, it required a cause.
But yeah, so he brought this up as well last night when we spoke.
But language breaks down at this point because cause indicates something before time and all that.
I mean, you've probably heard this argument as well. Who created the creator then?
Sorry?
Who created the creator?
Okay. When I say creator...
I'm just curious to hear what your argument is. I'm not necessarily making...
No, you can answer, it's no problem. Okay. My definition of a creator is a first cause. Yeah?
But isn't a creator complex and conscious and all-powerful?
So it's a first cause. Before you get to the complexity of the nature of the creator, let's first start with what it requires to be. What's its necessity? And it has to be the first cause.
But why is that your default understanding?
Because otherwise you will have a creator that requires a creator, then that creator requires a creator, and you like your Occam's razor, so let's narrow it down to the original creator.
So isn't the more logical explanation that there is no creator? If the creator has a creator, it has a creator, and you can extend that ad infinitum.
You can't though.
You can't, exactly.
You can't.
But why is it more logical to have one creator? Isn't it more logical to have no creator?
No, because I believe the universe requires a beginning. I believe the universe requires a cause. So I can't just because infinity doesn't work, then what? So I ignore the idea it has a cause. No, I'm telling you my default position is I believe the universe has a cause.
And I don't believe that the universe.
I don't care what you believe, mate. Not about what you is. You're asking me what I believe, isn't it? Right. So my belief, not yours. So I believe the universe requires a cause. I believe that cause needs to be...
I feel like you do care what other people believe, or you wouldn't be here talking to people.
What?
If you didn't care what other people believed, you wouldn't be here talking to people.
No, but I'm not here to change... What I'm talking about now is not your belief, is it?
No.
Right. So, what I just said there, put it in context. I'm referring to what I'm talking about right now. Yeah? Look, you can leave this park as an atheist today, right? Yeah. Do you honestly think it will have any effect on me whatsoever?
No. I actually didn't come here. I came here.
No, alhamdulillah. See, there are people here who are products of their environment like yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And when they come to places like this, they might hear something not heard before. Or they might hear their belief, or the reasons for their belief challenged. And they might be honest enough to say, you know what, actually, that's something to think about there. And then they might go away and reflect upon it. Alhamdulillah. Many people have done. If they don't, it's not skin off my nose. Honestly, alhamdulillah, right? Yeah. So I'm just basically presenting my position.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about my religion, and you were trying to challenge my religion against science. But I'm saying, no. You were saying about the scientific model against religion. I'm saying before the religion, we have to get a creator. We have to have a default position. So your default position is there's no creator. Universe caused itself. That's your default position. Right. My default position is not that. My default position is very simple. I believe this universe needed a cause.
Can I first say something personal? Like, I didn't start as an atheist, right? So I started agnostic, and I was open to the idea of a creator, but I compared...
When did you start agnostic?
When I was old enough to start having thoughts.
No. But what you just said then implied that we started this conversation that way.
Pardon me.
No, I'm just saying when you said that then, it implied that when we first started talking today, you were agnostic.
Okay, no, not today.
Yeah. But we're not talking about...
But you're talking about like how I found
What's your name?
my default
What's your name?
position, my
What's your name?
foundational
What's your name?
belief. Adam.
Oh yeah, Adam. Adam, listen. I'm talking about what I believe. Why don't you tell me what you believe?
Because we're having a conversation. We're talking.
No, but I'm telling you why I believe something. And every time I give you...
to you.
No, but every time I say something to explain why I believe something, you explain to me why you believe what you believe. Right. Let me explain what I believe first, develop my default position.
Yeah.
Then if you want to challenge that, no problem. Alhamdulillah. All right. So my default position is what? I believe this universe requires a cause. That's my first point. Then I believe that this first cause needs to be uncaused, otherwise we have infinite regression, which can't be solved. Therefore, this cause has to be uncaused. Yeah? You understand?
Right.
So once my cause is uncaused, don't ask me what caused it. Yeah? Okay?
So
Does that make sense?
yes.
If I say something is uncaused, don't ask me what caused it.
So I'm listening to you, and
Right. So-
I understand what you.
So let me develop it so you understand my position.
Yes.
Okay. So now I have an uncaused cause that I believe exists that created everything. I believe this uncaused cause is more powerful than anything that we can imagine.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything power comparable. I believe this uncaused cause has intelligence for what it caused. I believe this uncaused cause has consciousness to choose to cause. It's not, see, the effect is not just a random because of the existence of the cause. It's a product of the cause. It's an effect of the cause.
Right.
So I have an uncaused cause of all that exists that is more powerful than anything that we can imagine, that is more intelligent and is conscious. That's my creator. Yeah?
Okay.
So this now negates your question, who created the creator, doesn't it?
You're making a claim.
No.
And just because that claim
No.
cannot be disproven.
No. First thing,
Not make it.
this is my belief.
Yeah.
Right? We don't need proof for it.
Okay.
We need reason for it. I'm giving you my reasons.
Right.
Okay. So now, my creator, so this is the qualities now, it has to possess by necessity. If I believe it causes the universe, has to have these qualities. All-powerful, conscious, intelligent, uncaused. 4 qualities, yeah? That's my creator. So going back to your original question, who created the... You said it in quite a blasé manner. I could ask you who created the creator, isn't it? Yeah? You now know...
I'm presenting you with a common argument.
Alhamdulillah. I've seen this argument so many times, right? But you now realise, now I've defined my creator, that question is redundant. Because you can't ask somebody what caused an uncaused thing, can you?
But hold on. So
Right. Do you accept that or not? You can't ask somebody what caused an uncaused thing.
sure, let's say I do. Yeah.
You can't, can you? If something's uncaused, you can't say what's its cause. Listen, mate, I said uncaused. That means it's not caused. So if something's not caused, you can't ask what caused it, can you? It's a redundant question. Do you accept that?
I accept that.
Alhamdulillah. Now, if my cause, let's change the name now to creator. Yeah?
Sure.
You can't ask me what created my creator, can you? So don't ask that question again to anyone who believes in a creator in this manner.
But see, the reason I asked that question is because, and we're having this conversation, you're kind of making the assertion that my beliefs are without proof, or that my beliefs...
No.
My choice of...
I don't think I've even asked you about your beliefs, mate. I don't think I've asked you. You've just thrown science here, there, and everywhere.
We kind of started this conversation. We were introduced.
No. First of all, I have to.
We started this conversation.
I asked you why you're an atheist.
You asked me like.
Why you're an atheist? I asked you.
Yes.
And you said.
So you did ask me about my.
No.
I feel like it's.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
it's on camera. Don't worry. I asked you.
conversation
I asked you why you're an atheist, and you said because you believe in science. Yeah.
Not that I believe in science. No.
So shit. I believe in the scientific method. You should. What's your response and why you're an atheist?
We'll have to look at the tape.
All right. Let me ask you the question again. Why are you an atheist?
Why am I an atheist? Because of the evidence that I've seen.
Oh, right, yeah, that's what you said. Actually, the evidence you've seen.
I've
What
seen.
evidence have you seen?
Like I said again, scientific consensus, articles about scientific consensus.
Okay, so what evidence have you seen?
That is the accumulation of, lots of scientific papers, peer-reviewed scientific papers created by academics over.
Okay, give me an example. All right. Okay, let's go into your beliefs then. Right. What do you believe? You say you're an atheist. What do you believe?
What do I believe?
Yeah. Do you believe there's no creator?
I believe I believe there's no proof of a creator, and that we shouldn't live our lives based on the belief.
All right, that wasn't my question. Do you believe there's a creator or not?
No.
Right, so just say no. All right. Do you believe this universe caused itself?
Yes.
Right. Why do you believe that?
Because there's no evidence to suggest otherwise.
What caused the Big Bang?
I don't know.
You just said it caused itself.
It's okay in science to say that we don't know
No,
something.
no, no, you can say don't know. Well, that's fine.
I'm very skeptical of people who claim to know everything.
No, no,
We don't
but
know.
there's a difference between not knowing.
Kind of arrogance to believing that we know everything.
No, no, but you can't say
Tell us
you can't say
we know everything.
the universe had no cause, right? Caused itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ask you, how do you know this? And you say I don't.
How do you know that there was a cause?
No, no, no,
Why,
no, no, no.
Why are you so certain that there is a cause?
Did you understand what I just said here? Right. You said the universe had no cause, and I asked you, how do you know that? And you went, I don't know.
I don't know.
So why are you going definitive? There's no cause then if you don't know.
I'm saying we all don't know.
No, but you said definitively there was no cause, but you don't know if there was cause or not.
I believe that there is no cause.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that I also don't have evidence that there was a cause. And so, in my mind,
Then you would
much
just say
more
don't.
likely
So
that
what?
there is a
So if I say to you, did the universe have a cause? Your answer should be don't know, not no, because you don't know.
Sure, okay, I don't know. I'm willing to say that.
You don't know, right? So the universe having a cause, it could have a cause, then, couldn't it?
It could have a cause or it couldn't, yes.
So you could be wrong about it not having a cause.
Absolutely.
Alhamdulillah.
Open to the idea that
So I could be right on that point.
you could be right on that point.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Right. So now, I would say you're an agnostic again.
So I feel like there's a strong mischaracterization of atheists, in that a lot of people seem to say that atheists are very, very, very certain that there is no God. Whereas my position as an atheist is, given the evidence that I see, it's highly, highly unlikely there is no God.
Yeah, we'll come to your evidence. We'll come to your evidence in a minute. I want to test this evidence. I want to observe it and test it. 1 second, right? Okay, I'm going to use a scientific method. I like the scientific method. So let's just go on a little step further. So you don't know if there's a cause of the universe. Do you concede that if there is a cause of the universe, it has to be uncaused?
So can you repeat that statement? If there is a cause of the universe.
If there is a cause of the universe, do you accept there has to be? How you doing? Where's Phil? Where's Phil? Not in your pocket or anything, is he?
You're safe this week. He's not around.
Listen, we did the dance, innit? Okay. So do you accept that if there is a cause of the universe, yeah, that it has to be uncaused if there is a cause? But we don't know if there's a cause. But if there is one.
Can you rephrase that, because that's a little.
Okay. Right now we don't know if there's a cause. You don't know if there's a cause of the universe or not. It could be, could not be. Would you agree?
Okay, yeah, I agree.
All right. Whatever percentages, probabilities is up to you.
Sure.
Okay. But if there is a cause, do you concede at least that that cause needs to be uncaused by necessity, or you have infinite regression again?
Agreed.
Good. That's beautiful. All right. So now we come. So. And I'm not here to convince you God exists.
No, and I'm not here to convince you that God doesn't exist.
No, exactly. Alhamdulillah. We're just here to understand, right? So, but I'm just establishing the what I'm standing on. So now I have a creator. So then the next question, as a human being using rational logic and such, is why was I created? Why was it all created? Is there a purpose behind why we exist? All of these things. Then I see in history men claiming to have had connection to this creator. Yeah?
Right.
So, and this is where religion comes from now. So then I start looking into those claims. And the only claim that holds any weight, not necessarily the one making the claim, but the people making the claim about that person, is Islam. Christianity doesn't hold. Because all of a sudden Christianity, now this creator that's uncaused, becomes 3 in 1, and it becomes something else. Occam's razor kills that idea. Do you understand? Do you understand why I reject the Trinity?
Two things, but I still feel like Occam's razor doesn't preclude
The Trinity.
natural selection and so forth.
No. We've gone to that.
Because
What I'm doing now, right? Again, we're on my belief.
on your beliefs, yeah. Because if you start at the point where you believe that there's a creator and that there's a cause for a creator, then
Christianity is asking me to believe that creator is 3 in 1 and came down and died for us and this, that, and all of this stuff.
Right.
And then I have to believe the manuscripts and the books making that claim.
right.
So I don't even accept them in the first place. Even if the Bible had said it in black and white, God is three, Father, Son, these three are one. If it was black and white, it means nothing to me. Because just as I don't care what the Hindu scriptures say, I'm not really that concerned what the claims of the New Testament are.
Sure.
You understand?
I understand.
Because we believe the Quran is the watch over the previous revelations. Right. So I believe. So Muhammad made this claim. An angel. You don't believe in angels, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. But if a creator exists, there could be angels.
May I like, because we're entering into a different territory now, and
I was coming to my religion.
We are, but
All right.
can I ask you something about your beliefs? Because I do want to understand your beliefs, because you are a very well-spoken guy, and you have very strong arguments and sort of logical conclusions. So I'm curious to hear what you say
Go on,
about this. Do you believe that God is just?
Yes.
So, with respect to Islam, and you know, and human history, I mean,
I can feel straw man coming on, but go on.
no, I mean, I apologize because I.
No, I just feel it.
I
Go
don't
on.
understand your personal beliefs. I just want to understand this argument in terms of.
So you asked me a question: is God just? Yes, God is the most just. Yes, go on.
Right. So, in the world, there are lots of civilizations that had, in the past, had no contact. Before this globalized world, they had no contact with the Islamic world per se. You know, there are lots of cultures that are on islands, and even today, they're uncontacted peoples and stuff like that. Are these people? Are they damned?
No.
I'm saying no,
How we define that?
because God is just, and He'll forgive them.
Why would they be damned?
Because they don't follow the word of Muhammad. You know?
Because they don't know the word of Muhammad.
They don't exactly. They don't know the word of Muhammad.
So how can they follow
I
it?
guess that's the difference between Christianity and
Obviously.
and
You see, in Islam, you
Right.
can only be judged on what you knew. And even then, how was that thing presented to you? Even if it was presented in your language, was it presented in your language? So, for example, if I was talking like academic level to someone off a council estate or something like that, you know what I mean, a lower class person or whatever it is, and they don't understand the academic words, and I lose them in the, and they don't get it,
right.
it's not on them. Right?
So you would say that, you know, Protestants or Catholics or whatever who grew up in like a very programmed environment where they're you know indoctrinated. You think that they're going to be okay
If they didn't,
Afterlife.
if they didn't know,
if they didn't know?
yeah.
I mean, some of the Christians who come talk to you and
Oh no, it's too late. It's too late for you. You don't have that excuse. I'll be a witness against you. You can't say I never heard, no one told me about this. You've heard. But you are right. Look, there are people who lived before Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yeah? There are Eskimos. Yeah?
yeah.
They're not going to be judged. They will have a different type of judgment, though, because see, the whole point is about obedience. If you knew, would you have obeyed? If you knew. So there'll be tests for people who not necessarily, oh, did you pray 5 times a day? Did you believe the Quran's the word of Allah? No, what do you mean? I've never heard of the Quran. You understand? So we're here to give no one that excuse. So we're here presenting Islam in a manner that no one can say they never heard. And the only thing that will stop you accepting Islam is your ego, because you don't want to be told what to do. Standard. And as human beings, it's human nature.
So can I bring this back to something you said earlier?
So do you accept then God is just, if that is the case in Islam?
Yeah, I can accept that. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's from everything. The more that I learn about Islam, the more that I believe that it is in the spectrum of religions, that it is one of the better religions in terms of what it brings to the world.
Alhamdulillah.
Pardon me?
Praise be to God.
But earlier you said, when we were talking about the what if question, right? You said if you
Oh yeah, the what?
Christian God, if the Christian God is correct, you would come out and say, well, why'd you create Muhammad then? Why did you steer me this way?
No, I would ask, who is that man? Why did you send this man Muhammad?
Right. So, by the same token, if I were confronted with Islamic judgment,
Okay.
I would say, why did you create dinosaurs? Why did you create the, sort of like fossil records?
Sorry. What does dinosaurs have to do with you, Sonny?
It is evidence that compels not just me, but a lot of people in the world to have a viable alternative model for the.
Well, you believe men evolved from dinosaurs.
No, but just that.
What dinosaurs got to do with anything then? Asking God why he created dinosaurs, what's that got to do with anything?
Okay, like dinosaurs is a bad example, but
Very bad example.
we're talking about like proto-humans, fossils of proto-humans.
Right? What?
Homo erectus, or
Yeah.
everything that came before. I could by the same token say, why did you make this? Why did you create all these fossils and bones of things that could conceivably have led to the creation?
Why did you ignore the Quran? Why did you ignore the Quran? Why did you ignore the messenger I sent to you? That's my response. Forget guessing of what this bone was and what it looked like and all that.
Right.
I made it clear. I sent you a man. And first thing, I'm not claiming to be Allah. I'm going to give you an example, right? I sent a man, and I didn't just send any man. I chose the most ignorant man in the village, in the sense of illiterate, in a place which was full of idol worship. I chose that guy.
Sure.
And that guy produced, over 23 years, the most beautiful linguistic miracle. And you don't question how he did it? You don't read what he says? You don't see that he claims it's not from him? You ignore all of that. Why? He gave you a way of life that if you'd have lived it would give you peace and happiness. 100%. Because I know what you're saying about your lifestyle and such, yeah? I'm very sure one day you want to settle down, get married, have children, and pretty sure you do. Or not.
Don't preclude me from doing that.
No. But you want that though, don't you? Or not?
Possibly, I haven't decided.
See, I believe, and this is what I'm saying to you, my Creator, and this is Allah saying it, I gave you a system of life that if you'd had followed it, if everyone had followed it,
Right.
yeah, this earth would have been a beautiful place. But you didn't. And then you blame me when people are starving in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, why have you ignored all of this for a few bones? How would you respond?
How would I respond to that?
Are you a linguist?
You know what you should respond? I'm going to go and research this stuff and look at this stuff. Why should I believe this man is who he claimed to be? He claimed to be a prophet of God. He claimed to be a messenger of this Creator. Because if he is a messenger of God, then there is a Creator. And it's not all random accidents. And there is purpose to your life. And there is a consequence to your life. Okay. You need to be sure of this stuff, because right now, you don't know. As we already agreed. And I asked you the question, if you died tomorrow, what's going to happen to you? And your answer has to be, I don't know.
So I would love to respond, but every time I've responded with what I believe, you've told me that you don't care what I believe.
No. Again, don't take it out of context, because I was at that point explaining what I believe, and then whilst I was explaining what I believe, you were telling me what you believe. So right now, you tell me what you believe and why.
And why?
Yeah.
Well, it does again. So, I mean, it comes down to, again, the scientific method and the process of science and the tools and critical thinking tools that I've been taught about how to understand the world.
That does not do anything against my belief. Nothing.
I disagree.
At which point?
Scientific method requires that you have certain. You don't start the conclusion necessarily, and just because something is infallible and you make a claim doesn't make it to be true. A lot of things that you have said, such as you believe it's logical that the universe has a cause.
Yes.
Some of these things, they're logically self-consistent, philosophically self-consistent, but it doesn't mean there's evidence for it.
No.
And there's no, and between that and no creator.
You're telling me now why you don't believe what I believe. Tell me why you believe what you believe.
That's that's the only way I can. I mean, what I'm.
Well, I explain what I believe without mentioning your belief. Well, I tried to. My belief has got nothing to do with you. Your belief has got nothing to do with me.
Right.
So tell me what you believe and why.
I think I believe in the scientific consensus, in the Big Bang Theory, in whatever our best.
That doesn't prove anything.
theory is.
So,
Or,
why are you believing that? I don't get it. What is it that you're believing? Because I don't see any contradiction. I believe in the scientific method. We're on the same page here. I don't get it. I really don't get it. For me to study Islam, I have to use the scientific method.
but I'm also saying that I don't necessarily know for certain, whereas you're saying you're very certain about it. So from the scientific point of view, I can be uncertain
No, I
about
didn't say it.
the
No.
origin of the
No,
universe.
no. I started with the origin of the universe, which led me to the conclusion, isn't it?
Right.
It led me to religion. So I didn't start with religion. So what you're doing now is a straw man. You're saying that I've got religion and then I've made a god to support that religion. Where I've done the other way around. I started with the creator and worked my way up to the religion.
Okay, understand.
So I've not come to a conclusion.
I'm not trying to straw man in that regard.
No, I know. But my conclusion of Islam is the conclusion of my intellectual investigation, which involves the scientific method, of observation and testing and such. Do you understand?
I understand.
Alhamdulillah. Adam, it's been great.
Great.
Even though we weren't going to have a conversation, it was great. Take care. Akhi?
It's real pleasure. It's real pleasure.
But no-
having this conversation.
Huh?
It's a real pleasure having.
No,
this conversation.
alhamdulillah. But listen,
Watching your videos, I was very impressed by.
so go away from here and just reflect on, forget the scientific side of it right now.
Yeah.
Just look at the claims of Islam. The Muhammad, because if Muhammad told the truth,
Yeah.
God exists, standard. Would you agree? See, to be a Muslim, you have to believe two things.
Yeah.
One, there's nothing worthy of worship but Allah. And two, Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. These are the two things, yeah? What does it mean to say the only thing worthy of worship is Allah? Okay. By worship, we mean recognition. So, for example, Anthony Joshua is a good boxer. Yeah? And when people watch him knock someone out, whatever, wow, Anthony Joshua's the man, yeah, Joshua, yeah. That's praise, that's worship, that's glorifying. Yeah? What we're saying is you shouldn't be worshipping the man, the creation. You should worship the creator that made that possible. So if you're going to worship Anthony Joshua for his attributes, you should address the one who has the greatest of attributes. Because if that's what gives you your, wow, look at that, well, subhanAllah, you've got something else to look at, mate. Right. And the second one is Muhammad's a messenger of Allah. So Muhammad claims to be a messenger of the Prophet. Oh, sorry, of Allah. Right. Now, either Muhammad lied, crazy, deceived, or telling the truth. That's what you got to question, bro. You want an argument against a Muslim?
I've asked these questions. Trust me. I mean, this is not the first time that I've had.
Which questions are?
The existence,
About Muhammad?
the existence of God, the existence of Muhammad.
No. You need to forget about the existence of God right now. Yeah? Because you've conceded there could be.
Right.
You've conceded there could be.
I can see there could be, but that's not.
And if Muhammad is a messenger, then there is. Yeah? So, you're here, you're not sold.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sold.
No. No one's saying you have to be. But I would suggest watching the Phil and Sabur debate on this stuff.
Sure.
Yeah? And the one we did on EF Tower, with the doctor, with Skydive Phil as well.
I think is that the one you showed me?
I don't remember.
Right? But for you, if you want to have next time you see a Muslim, you want to challenge the claims of Muhammad.
I don't want to challenge.
No, you do. You have to.
I didn't come here to do that.
No, you have to, though.
I came here to get a better understanding.
Alhamdulillah.
You know,
But then
my challenges are only really to understand. So I believe that there's great cultural and historical value in Islam, and
forget that.
I came here to understand.
Forget that. Forget happy-go-lucky life. We're talking about the realities here. We're talking about life after death and all of this stuff.
Okay.
So if Muhammad is a messenger of Allah, then you need to wake up to the reality of what's going to happen when you die and all this stuff. Yeah? Standard. Yeah? Now, God, right? That's what you got to test. Challenge that idea. First of all, was he crazy? Was he deceived? Was he a liar? And if you come to the conclusion that he's telling the truth, we've got a beautiful video on it on the channel.
I think we're talking about like the embryonic statements in the Quran. He's saying like Galileo and people before him.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to do that quickly? I don't mind. No, let's do it. All right. So, what's your claim about you? Do you believe the embryology, what it says in the Quran, is incorrect? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that it was known previous?
So this is the first I heard about it was last night when he was.
Oh, okay.
So,
but you said Galileo didn't know. Galen and Aristotle.
Galileo, but Aristotle, yeah.
All right. Let me ask you a simple question, and then we'll end the conversation. Yeah.
Okay.
Was Aristotle correct in his description of the process?
I don't know. So
No. No.
As I said, I only.
All right. The answer's no. The answer's no.
I haven't done enough research.
All
on
right.
this.
The answer's no. Was Galen correct in his understanding? No. Was science correct up until the 19th century in his understanding? No. Is the Quran correct? Yes.
But hold on. So my main argument against this was just because I can't, even if I can't explain why there's an accurate description of embryology in the Quran.
No, that's different. That's a different thing.
Even if I can't explain that, it doesn't prove the existence of God or that. Just because.
No, all it proves is that the author of the Quran knew something about the embryonic process
Exactly.
that no one else did.
So that's why I didn't.
That's all it proves.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. But just to respond, because a lot of people try to use this,
yes.
Galen didn't know. Galen got it wrong. Aristotle got it wrong. Science to the 19th century got it wrong. And the Quran got it right. And we've had
That might be a testament to Muslim scholars, at that time.
What?
That might be a testament to the scholars.
So the Muslim scholars knew what was going inside the womb of a woman and knew the process precisely of how it took place.
To me, that's a more likely argument than that
Right.
the word of God came down.
All right, I've got a beautiful thing for you to research. Dr. Keith Moore, embryologist. See what he says. He was he was a professor of anatomy at the Canadian University. Yeah, he wrote the book The Developing Human.
Sure.
This is a man who knows his stuff when it comes to embryology, and this is a man who says no one had this information. And he actually says he got this. He must have got this information from God. That's what he says, right? Now later on, people said, oh, they were under duress. It was in Saudi, all that, right? There's a video done later on in California University, I think it was, and he was asked this question: are you Muslim?
This is an argument from authority that I don't really accept, though.
So you don't accept?
I think it's a logical fallacy to make an argument.
You think it's a logical fallacy to take the argument of somebody who's an expert in that thing against your not expert?
Science isn't about the voice of one person who's the ultimate authority on things. Science is about the consensus of many. Also,
Sorry?
science isn't about the voice of one.
So you're saying? So you're saying to me, if someone comes to me and says, "Oh, the Quran got embryology wrong," like that woman was trying to do,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And an embryologist scientist has said it didn't. You said I can't bring that as evidence. Really?
As a single embryonic scientist, yes. No.
I can't.
It doesn't prove the claim.
Okay. So now what you're going to do? You're going to bring an embryology scientist who refutes him.
Sure, yeah, I could.
Bring him. You can't. Because the Quran's correct. It is how it happened.
Okay.
That's the whole point. So the argument that you were saying about Galen and Aristotle is debunked.
Again, all that proves is that Muhammad had knowledge of embryology, right?
I didn't bring verses from the Quran to prove the Quran is from God, did I? How did I say to prove the Quran's from God?
That I don't know. Please tell me.
Test the messenger. Adam, it's been great. Sounded cool. God, you interrupted my tea and everything. I'm just going to do a hatchet job on you now. You don't mind, do you? I'll be gentle.
I would watch your videos on YouTube and I thought I have to come down one day and see you guys.
Alhamdulillah. Just going to do my thing. You want to record it?
No, whose mic is this?
Oh.
I just want to walk away with it. You know whose this is?
No idea. Mashallah, assalamu alaikum. Okay, that was Adam. Very nice guy, mashallah. He's an atheist.
I'd appreciate it when you post these videos not to put like aggressive atheist or whatever. You know?
This is
very respectful.
This is EF Tower, mate. We deal with people as they deal with us. If you come across stupid and arrogant and all that, you might get that in the title. No, you won't get that at all. All right, take care. Okay, so that was Adam, atheist. he had this idea that science somehow is against religion. So you're either a scientist or you're religious, but you can't be both. And this comes from the Christian, I've said this many times, where Christianity ruled the roost. They crushed science under the fist. Scientists were put on trial for heresy, witchcraft, and all sorts of nonsense. So it's unsurprising that when the decline of Christianity and the growth of atheism, that there's this kind of fear of religion. More seriously, post-traumatic stress disorder from how the Christians treated them. But Islam is completely different. Islam embraces science. We use the scientific method to come to the conclusions we do. Some of the greatest scientists have been Muslims, alhamdulillah. And it's like I asked them this very simple question. Bring one thing from scientific facts, absolute, that contradicts my belief as a Muslim. And there's nothing. There's not one thing you could bring to do that. So that tells you Islam is compatible with science. But anyway, he's a nice guy. Then we went into the Creator, and he conceded the point that if you say there's no Creator, and then you say prove there's no Creator, and then they say they don't know, you can't do that. So if you're going to go definitive on something and say there is none, then you can't then say don't know what that thing other was. So he conceded the fact that he doesn't know if there's a creator or a cause of the universe, which means there could be. So I've left him with a very simple test. Just test Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Was he true? Did he lie? Was he crazy? Do the test, inshallah. I challenge all of you, do that test, inshallah, and you'll see the truth of Islam, inshallah. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.